Hey guys, welcome to week 1 of 3 of the Spring Rental Kart Rumble at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati. They didn't have the new rentals yet for the season, so we're still using the old CRGs. What you're about to see here is my best lap in qualifying, which would put me P2 for the pre-final. The lap time was a 1:16.5, which was 2/10 off the leader and just over a second off my PB. It was a pretty solid lap, but I did overshoot turn 2 a little bit and turn in too early for turn 4, as you'll see. And it did sprinkle about 20 minutes before, so overall, not bad considering it was my first race back here this year. Enjoy. Starting P2 here for the pre-final in 34, which did not turn out to be an ideal kart, as you will see here. But anyways, as you see here, we get the green. Decent acceleration from me, but I'm on the outside here, so I'm already at a disadvantage. And as you can see, I already get down to P3 by the time we get past turn 1. Let's see if I can try to see if I can get around the outside here, but couldn't quite do it. And then right here I find out the car's main problem. I try and turn right and I get a bump from behind. I go on the grass a little bit there and mud gets on my visor, so you can see me try and clear it off here. And now we go through turn 4 side by side with 14, and as you can see we're still side by side. And now I go into this corner here, try and turn right again, and it does not do it at all. And as you can see here, a little bit of agony, but I gotta push through it. So as you can see, as I head through the S's here, I'm all the way down in P7. So 5 spots down on the first lap here. As I hop my way through the kink, I'm able to get a slightly better run than 14 and get to his inside here, headed into the left-hander. And as we get on the brakes here, I'm just able to slightly get ahead of him right here into the hairpins. And as once again I hop my way through under braking, I think I have the position, but then I try and turn right and it just doesn't again. I was even off the throttle and just still kept pushing on me. There was not much I could do there. But anyways, you can see I'm also just getting gapped on the straight here as well. So just need to try and learn this kart as soon as possible and see what I can do. So right here the kart ahead of me would spin and the guy behind me would also spin right there, so that would give me a little bit of space, which I would realize here trying to figure out this kart and try to maximize it. So that's what I'm going to do now. And I notice here the 2 ahead of me are battling really, really hard, so there may be a chance for me to capitalize on that. But I also don't want to make moves into any right-handers because I'll definitely force someone off with how bad this is turning right. So I'm just going to kind of sit behind these 2 as they battle and wait on my opportunity to pounce. Right here I have a better exit and finally decide to make a move here to try to get up to P5. And I'm able to successfully do it here under braking. And now I see another opportunity right here on 35, and I'm able to jump him with a huge dive down the inside to get to P4. And the 36 tries a move here, but it was a little bit too late, so he ends up getting bogged down from that, so I don't have to worry about him down the straight. And now I'm just in P4 with some free track ahead of me, so the goal is to either try and get away from these guys or defend if I need to. So these next 2 laps I would end up not really having any pressure from behind, and these would actually be 2 pretty good laps, except for this lap where I messed up the kink, as you'll see. But anyways, I'll just let you enjoy them here. Also, this race did have to get shortened out of fear of the fact that weather was starting to roll in, and we might have not been able to get both the light and medium races in time. So I got a little bit lucky there those last 3 laps because the people behind me started fighting, and that allowed me to secure a P4 start in the final and also the P4 finish in the pre-final here. So obviously not an ideal kart, but I certainly could have driven just a little bit better. And that lap at the end there was my best, and it was a 1:19, which is 4 seconds off my PB, and it was 3 seconds off what I had earlier in the qualifier. So obviously, not an ideal kart, but still a few things to learn and improve on for me. So as you can see here, I once again get a pretty decent start from my P4 starting spot. Once again on the outside though, so we're already at a disadvantage here. Able to keep right on the right rear of the 22 as we head into turn 2 right here. Almost fully not alongside anymore, but able to stay alongside into 3, but maybe I should have tried to slot it instead, because right here I end up falling to P4 as kart 3 gets past me. And as we exit turn 4, you're about to see here, I would find out that my kart did not have any mid-range. You can see I had an equal exit, but still just got completely gapped there. I thought I had the car rotated, so I get on the throttle and it just pushed, as you saw. So again, I'm not going to be able to turn right. So again, just going to have to maximize what I can out of this kart and see what I can do. So there's a little bit of contact up ahead here, and I'm able to take advantage of it. We get down the inside of kart 3 here. into the first of the double hairpins, but here he sends it in an unlikely spot. But I'm able to get a better exit than him. But again, you can just see the car just does not have the mid-range as he suddenly just begins to start pulling on me here. Although this kart did have some decent top end, which allowed me to stay alongside here into turn 1. But just couldn't carry the speed. He's able to take it. And right here, an unexpected dive from 29 happens into 2, and that was really risky and really clean, I have to admit. Right there, he shuts me out into turn 3, and that makes me get past by 14. There really wasn't much I could do there without getting shut out. But right here, I'm able to get back down 5s inside, but just not quite able to complete the pass. And as you can see, just again gapped on mid-range. And right here, 5 sends it, but 29 is able to get a switchback on him. And now I'm alongside again, but just not able to get the good exit that I needed. And going into side-by-side in the S is just never a good idea here. So right here, I still think that there's hope for a P4 for me in the moment. So as you can see here, I start peek into the inside here to look for a move to the left-hander ahead, but instead the 5 tries it on 29, but the 29 just kind of squeezes him down into the curb there, doesn't leave any space. That allows me to get down the inside here and up to P6 into the double hairpin, and have a decent exit down the straight despite not being able to turn right, but I know that 29 can't either based on what I've heard, so I was able to keep up with him there. So right here I decided to make a Hail Mary move, and that was just a send, but he gets a beautiful switchback on me and keeps his P5. And now at this point, the kart in P4 is starting to get away, and with that motor that he has, I don't think we're going to get him. And right here I went for a kind of stupid move there that was never going to work, so I had to back out, and all that did was just cost me time. But right here, we both kind of struggled to turn right there. 5 has a much better run than me, and as I said before, you do not want to go side-by-side in the S's. And at this point, I'm deciding I just need to do the exact same thing I did last race, which is let the 2 ahead of me fight and just kind of sit back and relax. Because again, I have that gap behind me, so I have a lot of freedom here to just kind of see what happens with these 2 ahead of me and pounce when I can. And also, I can kind of just experiment with the kart while I'm back here, see what I can and can't do, which will help me when I'm battling these guys. Right here, a little incident happens in front of me, and that allows me to get past 29 up into P5. And right here, I'm alongside the 5 here, but just not able to get the momentum here into the S's, and I have to back out into here. Do not want to go side by side. I've said a couple times now, but I'm able to get a better run here through the kink and get down the inside. As you can see here, I'm able to clear him pretty easily into the left-hander here, and I defend really hard into the double hairpin here, but I'm able to carry the speed pretty decently through here. And right here, I oddly enough decided to give him the work together sign, as you see right here, because in the moment somehow I thought there was some way we could catch 3 still, but honestly looking back, there's just no way that was going to happen. So now I finally have some clean track, and as you see, I had a decent line through 1, 2, and 3, but then we head into 4, which has always been kind of one of my worst corners. I just completely bottle it here. He gains a lot on me right there, and I needed to have a good corner there because I struggled to turn right here, and I knew he was going to gain time right here at this corner because of that. So yeah, and right here you can see he's right on me, and he thinks about a move into the S's, but he also backs out, knowing how dangerous it is to go side by side into there. So I'm able to keep the position for now. So right here he kind of peeks down the inside, but then I just turn in on him there. So kind of, that was definitely my fault for sure there. But anyways, I still keep the position as we head into here again. I decided this time I'm going to try and use the curb to help the car rotate since it doesn't want to turn. But it does help a little, but it's still not enough to help me match his exit here. And he's able to just overlap me into here, so I got to back out and fall back down to P6 here. So again, I try for a move into the double hairpin here. And at first it's successful, but again, I just struggle to turn right here. Probably should have lifted there. I'm not sure why I didn't. And that allows him to get alongside again and take P5 back away from me. Right here we came up on a back marker spun in the final few corners here. Didn't really amount to anything for me, but it is what it is. So we exit the final corner here. Coming home P6. Can't complain too much because at least my kart didn't explode on the last lap from the lead. If you guys remember that from last year in endurance here. But yeah. So anyways, not too bad considering what I had to work with for my first week in RKR. So still a few things need to improve on my driving, but I felt like I almost maximized all the karts I drove that day. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.